that Yules. They just have no real great ways to set up into the Queen of Pain if she plays careful, so he's still looking to finish that item up.
Dire's top tower
giving Vg that time to farm up though. The Empower, plus that Blink Dagger now online for 11.
Let's see how proactive they will be once that blinks out. See if they make a play immediately with the smoke.
Feels like they're getting a much better time this time around of just being able to sit back and farm, not getting collapsed on. EG definitely just feel like they're still farming. Like we said, they still want that Yules and everything on the Void Spirit crit, going for that Vessel, which is really good this game versus Monkey King. And with that Ward Vision, Vichi's looking to get a hit. The Blink reveal on old 11 is going to be...
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Immediate jump from opens up onto Arbeck. No hesitation there from old 11's Mac.
Double ults committed. The two big teamfight ults too. I thought they might save Sonic Wave and just use the finger, but I guess Ori probably made the call like, I want this kill. I need to get my Orchid online so they can set up these kills a lot easier around the map.
On the hub. The next one now, Vici.
Yeah, they've got the pace slowed down. That's exactly what they want to do with their lineup, Magnus.
For the hunt.
As close as it gets there, as you can see, 51 to 49 right now. And you can certainly feel that EG, they did start to get the pace going, but this time round, in contrast, game one,
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Holding very well against exactly what EG wants to do.
I think is the biggest thing on Vici. Last time I feel like they were like, oh my god, the map is dwindling, everything's closing, we need to just take a fight, and then they took a fight, they lost it 5-0 and the fuck game felt like it was kind of just over from there. I see everybody just playing their own game. PYW is just hitting more creeps. We see Poyoyo's just farming with the Empower, he's got the Deso finished up. Everyone's just trying to hit an item timing. Kind of chilling out right now. And Deso's done up. Yeah, Deso's done for Poyoyo. I believe the Orchid's going to be done onto Ori, and they still have like Blink on Magnus and almost Blink on PYW. So I'm RP up in 40 and almost Blink on PYW. So they can definitely look to fight back versus EG with all these timings.
EG trying to get active here. We'll see if Crit looks to line up the arrow. PYW is into the trees, out for the TP, and they're not going to be able to stop it.
The creeps just creeps are still just on top of Crit. He arrowed the creep right in front of him. Perhaps could have maybe gotten the leap off into the arrow, but I don't think he saw the creep that was just trailing right on top of him.
This is pretty big for Vici. I mean, if Poyo gets that BKB on top of the Deso, the early sort of push that EG has been going for, it's going to be hard. He's going to be more than happy to just front line in the fight, create sort of the attention. Assault 11 looks for the jump in.
They still do have a lot of things that pierce through BKB though. They have the Roar, they've got that Link that's always going to be really useful versus him, but definitely a necessity versus the burst damage that Mirana and Void Spirit would provide. He does need that magic immunity early on. So probably double BKBs, double or triple BKBs for Vici next. But with their ults up, they can take the fight. Like if EG runs into them, they will battle. EG with the timing as well. They've got BKB on the Razor, so they're looking to actually get an advantage here by claiming a tier 2 early on. See if Vici reacts to this.
The TPing down.
Spotted though, the Hawk is already on top of them.
Do EG want to dive this?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They get the Earth onto PYW. It's the line gone, further TP's now starting to come in. EG, looking at the TP's actually cancelled.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But they just turn straight up towards him, or he's going to get run down by Arteezy. He's gone. Arteezy's now opting to bail out. TP away. Ahmed, he wants to go in. In fact, he's straight overboard. Poyoyo, he's on top of the monkey game. Poyoyo's going to fall.
Oh boy. That canceled TP 11.
Did he cancel it himself? Or?
He did. He saw the ass of the Aether Remnant right on top of where he was TPing. I thought he would just get killed.
They needed
because of that. Huge fight for EG.
They needed old 11 over that. Whether he gets caught by the Remnant or not, without him, the team fight just falling completely to pieces. Crit picking up a triple kill. And even off the back of Arteezy backing out of the fight, he was kind of done at a point, didn't want to risk his own life. It didn't matter that he left. EG still with a firepower to clean up.
11's got to do something big now with him rotating down, but he's going to just get a kill on fly, it looks like here. He needs the finger. But a big play from EG EG, and a big mistake probably from Old 11.
Do you think in that situation it would have been better if he just went and tanked the Remnant?
If they made the call to fight down there, more than likely, because he's a 1700 HP hero. They would have to commit so much onto him to kill him, which would probably open up the opportunity for Ori to have survived. So, yeah, a bit of a miscommunication coming out from Vg and EG. They capitalized, and they're looking for more.
They're going to get the setup. See all the damage. He said he is tanky. This Void Spirit, I bet he hurts. That is all 11 gone.
My footfalls.
EG starting to really hit hard as Vici. They've got to get themselves back together here.
The dual hunting is really potent. Crit as well as Omni can always find these builds as mid.
And Ori.
Crit.
And that's blinked in a little aggressively here to try and find Crit. Well managed to jump back out, but Ori's got to be careful. Making moves like that. EG now with more than enough tools
Radiant's
to punish.
bottom tower is under
Just
attack.
continuing to look to pressure this tier 2.
I'm not gonna see still DY hovering around this tower.
Yes.
A very risky position.
He's tough to bring down. They have to commit quite a bit just to kill an Enchantress. He's got 4-step 2, and tower does go down. Do they get the outpost in time before 20? It's not the biggest deal, but they won't. But now having those 2 outposts, they're going to have access into bottom jungle. And now Moonlight Shadow, they're still looking for these plays. Yo-yo, he was spotted in top. Oh, he's still showing himself.
Yes.
He's in a troublesome position.
They've got the lead in. He's going to try and stand look over towards Crit. Has he got the damage? He has it. Crit's out with the lead. She's away from it. He's got a easy with the static link. Finishes up.
You are dead.
They just really have Poyoyo's number. They always seem to be able to catch him. I think he needs to just play a little bit more careful of like not finishing off that one extra creep, as we see a lot of players do. Is like these areas where you are playing around like the dire hard camp up there. I feel like so many times we see players lately, it's like they kill one of the creeps and they're like, wait, something's going on, and they usually bail out. But again, Poyoyo gets caught out. And Crit just super active. Look at Abed is running Abed. He's trying to do high ground. He's found the on 11. That's the magnet's got. Stop us when he's out of the game. TY's got to run. What jumps in from EG. Vici gaming we were seeing when they sort of split up like this, it's terrifying with EG sort of read of the map, like they had the read of the game 1 get mistake. They know when you're alone, and they will not hesitate to jump in and start the action. And they do have such a crazy amount of so Crit is level 13. Something we definitely do have to factor in. This high damage that comes from this Starstorm. Take her out, also such an early vessel. Like, it is making a difference. That's why you're seeing this almost 2,000 HP
damage.
Magnus just died.
That's insane.
Like, he's owning every single time he's been there, and that's what's the most important thing when
Dire's middle tower
the ult
is
setup
under
is great.
attack.
The damage from the Void Spirit is good.
Sean has fallen
It's huge.
to the
It's a
tower.
little, even though it's highest damage, but now with a pretty big timing here, Aegis. And still able to pick off. They don't have to wait for cooldowns. They've got Roar. They've got that constant doing over and over and in this game. Vici looking to just wait for the BKBs before they really want to get a head-on fight, but they're starting to just lose too much control.
The smoke from EG.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
To take down the edge quickly.
That's a lot of burst. With the natural order now maxed up on fly.
The setup part of Ahmed. He's already over there. You see them make a move in the jungle, and the next thing you know, they're over around this bottom lane. Ori is going to go for the TP. He'll live today.
Nice orc play by him. Does get the orchid off before that follow-up arrow hits him, so no Starstone from Crit to kill him. But scary. Every time they show themselves on these side lanes,
Look how fast EG is.
They're killers. Crit's part of 14 of the 15 kills so far.
I've still got that big combo play the Vici game. If Old 11 can find these RPs.
They just need to find the combo plays. EG's just looking at the way that they're swinging around the map. It's every single time. It's just too fast right now for Vici to be prepared for it.
Let's see what Vici can pull together around the mid. They'll smoke up.
Can they land the
They've
combo?
got to look for this combo.
Yeah, Old 11 has BKB as well, so a lot more survivable.
He was able to find the jump. Can be PYW.
See Abed.
Abed. He's looking to be in a lot of trouble. Abed's been found.
The void.
Nice moves. Didn't have to commit anything either. Fingers perfectly fine at this point, and they're still going to have RP and Sonic Wave for the upcoming fight if it does go onto them. And they are avoiding their action area. They're trying not to walk into this vision that EG's had control of.
I mean, can you look for something more here whilst Arbed's dead, or still the fact that RTZ has that age just a little too much for you to just charge straight into?
I think it's just breathing room. It's like, all right, Ori, you can actually push out the bottom lane a little bit safer. You can finish up your BKB so that you're not just picked off every time from a Yule's
Radiant's
combo.
top
So
tower
I think
is
that
under
pickup is
attack.
just, finish up the next item.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I believe we're seeing this AC getting very close to being completed here by RTZ.
Pretty good versus the
Radiant's
Monkey
top
King.
tower has fallen.
Counteracting that so almost entirely on his ult team. Again, just looking to get these pushes going
Radiant's
too with the
top
Beast
tower
Master.
is under attack.
Playing around that helm of the Overlord.
Radiant
For
structures
Vici at
are
this stage,
fortified.
do you think you just let your tier 2s go?
It's just difficult when
Dire's structures
Easy's already
are
set up on it. If
fortified.
you haven't already preemptively set on
Radiant's
it,
top
set up
tower
on
is
it, you
under
have to
attack.
assume that they have vision everywhere. The Hawk's going to be behind the tower, as EG's been playing in the last game.
Dire's
There's probably
bottom
wards all over the
tower
place
has
too,
fallen.
so just drop it. Look to make your own play rather than be super reactive, because you know they're going to have vision advantage.
Dire's bottom tower
Doing
is under
exactly
attack.
that. For tier 2
Dire's
themselves, but the
structures
fortification
are
is up. So Vici want to try and push back up to the high ground. Do still have Ice in his army leading in. A bit of damage to the tier 3 now.
Go poke it. Golem's doing work.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they're literally just sitting onto the triangle, just continuing to farm that area for RTZ. Full Ags now finished up for Abed. So, as we mentioned, those BKBs, especially on Vici, are going to be very effective versus that. They don't have one on 11, though. He's actually gone for a Lotus Orb instead.
Do you like that decision? It's sort of help again against those being caught by the
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Poyoyo, so he can actually stand his ground inside the fight, so maybe he gets a link of his own to reflect Aurora's.
A deep move here from Vici Gaming. They're going to go for the team.
Radiant's middle
BYW
tower
gets
is
left
under
behind.
attack.
They both had to BKB to TP out, though. They were very afraid of getting set up on it.
And of course, did EG see the BKBs being used?
I don't believe that. I don't think that they did. I couldn't see if the ward actually caught the glimpse from there. I think they were just a bit north of it. So might no, but they might like to make a move anyway, since they have this vision advantage over this area.
Oh man, yeah, he's gonna go. He's in with the drop, as you say. BKB still caught for 40 seconds. Ori's never get the blink. That's a close one, but he'll live. Regen Rin at the ready as well.
He didn't even switch to strength treads. I was like, oh my goodness. Stayed on the int. Does have a regen, so we'll be able to come back out. Quick move though. That means yes. That was the answer to your question. Did they see the BKB on cooldown? That is definitely yes. Though.
Vici starting to step out. I mean, again, they're not playing too fearful here at VG. Aegis seconds away from timing out for RTZ.
They're playing where they know that they have better vision advantage. Just playing around that one ward. They have sentries in the area so they can see if a Hawk comes in. EG just continuing to play around their vision so they can get that initial go. EG.
There we have it. Another
Go for the
attempt here.
smoke.
Last time, they're
Radiant's
able to
top
get
tower
Arbed
is
off the
under
back of a
attack.
smoke. See if they can get some a little bit more this time round.
EG knows this.
Set up in the trees. Size.
This
And the
is
jump for Crit. Crit's gonna be the action. They're even now the
the void lies after
Check
existence.
out.
For
In the
the
deny.
void.
Oh, he's actually got the vessel.
With
the bottle
they
as
want to
well.
deny him.
No, they bottled him up.
I mean, the temptation's there, but indeed, Arbed being a bro, if that was any other game, if that was your pubs, Crit would have been dead. But they'll let him live. They keep the man alive.
Radiant's
And that was the
middle
Sonic
tower
Wave
is
burst
under
for
attack.
EG, I believe, I think maybe that Hawk that they have inside the tree line did catch just a glimpse of vision of when they went for that
Radiant's
smoke. 'Cause their
middle
positioning
tower
was just
has
way
fallen.
too perfect.
Shadow, take us.
Straight with the moonlight to try and spread back out across the map. Vici Gaming, despite losing PYW, they're still keeping this pressure on bottom onto the tier 2.
Dire-
They
Dire's
saw him,
bottom
they
tower
saw
is under
Poyoyo, and they
attack.
have this ward. So they have complete vision of Poyoyo right now. Arrow?
Dire's bottom
Oh
tower
my
has
goodness, that was a
fallen.
little bit close. The last minute jump to the side. He's going to have to put the BKB and go for the TP out. See Arbed jumping in the trees. Look for more. He's got the ult attack.
one.
Capturing TP out. Attempt for more at the back. As 111's going to get left behind there. As you say, that would giving them the info.
Noble
Arbed able to
creates
jump
suspense.
straight in. And those without a BKB, such as Old 11, not able to TP out quite as successfully.
They do get the tower that they came for, though, on the side of EG. But do have to be careful now that that BKB is on cooldown. We see EG immediate smoke swinging across because they know it's on cooldown.
Radiant's courier
Either
has
the
been
Monkey
killed.
King or the Queen of Pain will be a free kill if Abed is able to set up onto him. Or Ice with a roar. VG has to go all the way up into the high ground, which is going to open up the map for EG. Push all their lanes in. It will be a bit difficult for Vici to get out of the map now in these next few moments. And it's now. So, like we said, vision control, vision advantage. That's what EG's been playing around these last two games when they have the Beastmaster. So, makes sense that they pick it up at this early time.
Still just 1k in it. It just goes to show
Very close.
how much of a swing you will see if Vici Gaming can find that sort of team fight, that high ground defense. Pushing into the high ground against the Magnus is always going to be rather scary. So Old 11 will have to be on the minds here of EG.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Position of VG right now in the bottom lane. They have that kind of cute lane ward that I haven't seen in a while. Watching them all TP back, so they push onto high ground. They get a free tier 3 and
the fortification.
That was.
That could definitely be abused here by EG.
They still see Poyoyo bottom. Look at the line drawn. Will they make it in time?
Surely not quite.
As I said, Link with the second hitman.
I think they're in with it. Roy got the BKB off inside. Back up here as well from Old 11's Lotus, so EG won't be able to continue. There's the BKB, of course, forced here, out for a minute.
Is it down to 6? It is already. That was the Queen of Pain one. Also down to 7 seconds. EG's looking to swing again.
They are
still looking for something.
Comes to immediately, does get caught out by the Silence, but he's on the attack, he jumped on the notice. He's not really caught anything. Doesn't get the catch that he needs. Ice now heading over towards Old 11. The army of Ice is beating through the Magnus, forcing Old 11 back. Look at the Wukong's command down to finish off Ice's life. The rest of EG is still alive now, but he's ready to jump straight back in. He's looking at the time to go. He needs back, but he needs it now. He's trying to help out, but the damage from Poyo is too much. Another kill here for VG Gaming as EG losing control in the team fight this time.
Very greedy going for that play by himself. Jumping
back into the whole squad without the rest of EG quite able to follow him up. So VG, can they chase for more here? Poyoyo set up onto Fly, jumping forward. He's in onto the Elder Titan, and VG Gaming getting 3 kills out of this fight.
Out of a whiffed RP, they somehow end up getting the 3 kills anyway.
Yeah. Maybe a bit of a good luck charm. Yeah. Make sure you miss the RP at the start next time. That worked fantastic.
Abed just really overplayed it. He thought he could burst the line in time, but PYW survives, I think, because of his stick charges. And now it's Roach. They're going to clear this one up. Yeah, he just swells that shard.
Huge grip.
My sprites are wicked.
A solid drive back here against EG. Now it's there to sort of show what they can do. Sort of
I am immortal!
Move that shard over to Ori as well.
We'll see this again here at the start of the fight.
It looked awkward.
Radiant's bottom
quite able
tower
to try to
is under
catch out
attack.
easy there in the RP Old 11.
And it's like Abed was able to pick up, reset with a regen rune, and then either way they still weren't able to take the fight because of that positioning. Vici just having the high ground advantage.
Yeah, we'll see it here in a sec. Abed, I mean, he feels rather strong, but jumping back in like that was a huge risk to take. Yeah. It does not pay off.
Oh, interesting. Bottom Ori. He's gonna get caught out here.
这么菜的队友不会生气吧？哥。
Radiant's middle
He bought
tower
out
is
the
under
Lincoln, so
attack.
70 seconds is dead.
That hurts. Towards the end of that, well, he
Dire's
could have put the
top
BKB.
tower is under
The
attack.
blink was down for a second,
Yeah.
so maybe BKB wouldn't have saved him anyway.
Pretty interesting though that he's gone for the Lincolns as well. I know into Roar, a lot more people have been going this when there's only that like 1 or 2 single target things, but neutral items aren't there. And neutral items are what I call kind of the counter to Lincoln Sphere. As we see, there's a headband up on the Beastmaster, so as soon as they identify
Dire's
if
top
Ori
tower
has
is
Lincolns
under
and no
attack.
BKB up, they're just gonna headband break it every single time. So it has to be very cautious of his positioning still anyway with Lincolns.
Gold is a great conductor.
But Vici still with this enormous amount of team fight. And after that last fight, we didn't really point out, they did claim the gem. So we always were talking about that vision advantage for EG. Having this gem is going to make Vici's life just a lot easier of knowing that they're not playing under a Hawk, not playing under a Ward in all these situations. and a very buffed up Poyoyo, as we see an Alpha Wolf following him for the majority of the game. He's got ice armor too, provided from the Enchantress, and that Empower.
Poyoyo having that Aegis. What's the call here from EG?
Still look to control vision, look to play around those high grounds. If they can get the initial go every single time, it does feel like they have a good shot, but they just really need to watch out for the combo plays, because Vg just has an explosive amount. Very close game though, neck and neck.
This is what you want to see, VG Gaming.
They've got everything up.
Shadows take us.
I think they had vision of that one again. I believe that Hawk that Ice has right next to that ancient kind of area did catch a glimpse of it, so they're backing up immediately.
See if VG's able to catch anyone here. I just completely playing it safe here, EG.
No risk, yeah. 4 heroes in base. Arteezy hiding inside trees. Outpost will be claimed. Peachy still swinging. 2 minutes left on Aegis.
The prize is mine.
There should be 2 more minutes where EG is focusing on getting their next bit of kit online. Sneaker Mori. KC to counteract that of Arteezy. Arteezy very close to having his next item complete. Level 23 as well. Still top of the board here, just ahead of Poyoyo.
It's such an even game right now. It's really it's got to come down to those initiations. Who's going to get the big jumps? Who's going to delete a hero at the start? Because on top of those big initiations, it's an overwhelming amount of damage that both sides do have.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Here's his last minute
Dyer's top tower
just to take a tier 2.
Scotty's also now finished up for Poyoyo, so he's going to have a really good way to kite out those BKBs, especially inside Wukong versus Arteezy.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Needed 3,000 HP on this Monkey King.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
attack. Want to push the high ground. Still 50 seconds on the Aegis. They've got to be keeping that in mind.
We've got the double catapults pushing in the waves. Mid getting hit.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Vanished, but not gone.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Both teams very much waiting for the other to make the move here now.
Yep. So Aeon Discs will probably become the name of the game soon too, I believe, on both sides. I was checking to see if what he's going to be switching around to. I saw he had Hex, now he's got BKB queued up. I think there's a lot of arguments where Aeon Discs would just be one of the better items for both sides, just because, as I mentioned, the explosive capabilities of the initiations from both sides. You're going to want some type of counter initiation if somebody does get caught. Arteezy commits for the full friend on his money.
And already jumping. They'll start the action onto DY. DY's gone. Oh yeah, jumping for the needed onto him. Can he get out of this? He's up in the air with the ult. Armand will be able to jump out of the Wukong with the Astrals there. It's a double kill for Arteezy. He'll down the ult of the Monkey King. DY come back in with the buyback. In the trick from Armand. He's found him. Jumps up Poyoyo. He's out of the game for 80. No buyback on Poyoyo.
Ice doing God's work in the back line of the fight. He gets the Blink Roar onto the Magnus, throws his minions onto him, so there's no follow-up. I'm sure Poyoyo's sitting there like, where's old 11? I need you to get some type of RP, bring them into my Wukongs. But EG kite around the fight, kite the Wukongs, and they catch that Magnus. Arteezy did commit his refresher, but not his secondary BKB.
Where are you going?
Full minute to play here. No carry up for VG Gaming. Poyoyo.
It's on 2. Actually off the mark there from Craig.
Look at the grab back on. Arteezy's gone. A beautiful
Radiant structures are
He gets it, grabs the board. Armand continue to try and fight. Oh, then the double kill as he bursts through via PYW. As Odd11 tries his best to hold up the defense here, and EG will still back up. Still EG getting kills, regardless of the fact that Odd11 gets an excellent jump.
Was a buyback earlier from PYW for had to have that skewer into that stun play, but a great Arteezy.
And that will stop the momentum for now. EG, they have to retreat. They don't quite get the tier 3 tower. Odd11 keeping the game in decent shape here for Vici.
So it would be BKB for Abed. Okay, so we're gonna go for that defensive route. Not feeling like he's gonna get burst instantly.
Now gonna have to be even more careful. Now with these pushes on 11. Ooh. Unable to get the setup there, but Poyoyo, he's got his eyes on Ice, knows that the's a lot on the high ground. Continue to chase.
Still with 2 dead, don't want to commit for anything, and you could just lose the game if you make some type of extended play outside your base there. Still having RP up too, as we're mentioning. It's eyes on old 11 if he's able to find that grab. But Ice with that big preventer last time. Also gonna be going for a refresher.
He's got that level 20, that secure range as well.
Hasn't picked up the shard. It's multiple games now where I saw like a lot of players, especially on T1, he's the one who's been prioritizing picking up that shard. 11, I think every time I saw him play Magnus, he never buys the shard. And we've seen how powerful that horn toss can be, so it's been interesting that he doesn't even opt for it.
I think it's just sort of preference, right? I feel like some of these players, they played Magnus so long before that ability was ever added to the game. They just feel that it's not necessary to do what they want to be doing with the hero. Yeah, it's a bonus thing, but it's just something that, if you haven't been playing it in the thousands of games you played in your career, well, maybe not thousands, but hundreds at least, you're not going to feel as keen to just change it up. Node 11, he's comfortable with the style that he's always rocked.
EG's got their lanes in a good position right now still. They're looking to just go right back to bottom.
We'll find that flicker. That'll be nice.
Old 11 finds himself a nice one as well. He gets a ninja gear. So Ice's job is going to be a bit more difficult this time around to find that Magnus. Anything else we got? We have Telescope on Crit. Big one. Stormcrafter on Abed. So now he's got a double way to protect himself. The Yules as well as Stormcrafter. And on the side of V, we did see Paladin Sword picked up. That was earlier, to be honest with you.
Radiant are scanning.
The big one from tier 4 is just, the Ninja Gear is probably the biggest one for me, just because it's going to protect old 11 so he can get those initiations.
Yeah, Ninja Gear is great.
Yep, or he's a bit tankier as well now too. It's Trickster Cloak on his way toward his own AC to counteract the Razors. But again, very close game.
And the approach, this is not going to go down too easily. No. EG's going to have to take 5 burns. Reach again, and we're going to jump forward. I'll talk to the BKB. Pick at the Hex. Open eye to the top. We're going to come on down to our TZ.
Underscape
Returns the fire. And charges it over to P1W. P1W goes down.
Your life
will be able to touch the break up from Arben. He's got the setup. See that block? They put the up in the He takes him down. RTZ pods to refresh. He's got the lead building up. He's trying to get back. He jumps in with the burn. He's not got any damage to fight with, but RTZ takes him down. Buyback from the Monkey King. We'll get back in on this. Old 11 jumps in. He's able to pick him up with the whole jump. Crit. He'll leap to the ground, but they've got the damage. Crit goes down.
Instant buybacks, they know how important, how crucial this Roche is. Arteezy using his before. Very good buyback so he can get back into that fight. 20 seconds, no Enchantress. Wukong's they know is down. RP they know is down as well. They're committing it to the pit. How's Vici going to respond in this 3v5?
Can they finish it?
So at level 25's picked up 26 on Arteezy, 25 on Abed. And as we've seen multiple times, once he hits 25 is a completely different beast with that AoE discipline stun.
That'd be cheap, they're going to concede the road.
And that means a free Aghanims.
Yeah, we'll see this fight again.
It kicked off excellent for Vici. Dilated Arteezy, but he did have buyback to be able to get back into the fray. I don't think they respected him coming back quickly.
No, they still tried to continue fighting. We see here, Abed with the chase down, but died and still happy to kick back in as Abed goes in. They try and turn and collapse around again. This is just buying time for RTZ to wrap back over. They'll use the ults to go for Abed. They do get him, and that's pretty much everything used. And RTZ being in position to get that link started on a Poyoyo meant that at that point the Monkey King's fight is over.
Allies disappear.
Yeah, as we said, the full blessing now for Arteezy. I believe Fly almost has his own full Aghanims on the ET too. They're going to look to progress here. No ults still available on the side of ET. Ults is purchased for Old 11, but Ice is in. That's the first roar.
I've got to be so careful now. These buybacks on cooldown Could be, yeah, it could cost the game here. Popio, 6 minutes without that buyback.
We do see DY also hit level 20, maybe happened during that fight there, but we'll be able to now start enchanting those Ancients. So we do have to see if Ice will give some respect and maybe throw his Ancients away out of the fight, since DY will just be able to take over it every single time. And everything's back on Vg. What can they find?
Oh, they're heading straight out. RP, they're ready.
Scary moments here, playing without buyback on the Monkey King, playing into that Aegis, playing into that cheese. Abed also does pick up an AI disc afterwards too, so many different forms of protecting himself versus that big wombo combo that Vg has. Vg, they're not quite at that next big item for Poyoyo to have that big protection. His Satanic is 700 gold away. I feel like he's going to need these fights. I feel like they're going to start getting quite drawn out. And Fly, as we say, you know, he's trickling slowly towards an Aghanims. He's 250 away. It's going to change the state of the game a lot too, and he's able to stay in the face of these tanky heroes and allow his teammates just to rip them to shreds with that natural order.
Still quite a bit of time to play with the Aegis here for Arteezy, 3 minutes.
Old 11 just keeps going for Alpha Wolves the entire game that I've seen. Just looking for a dominated Alpha Wolf to stick on Poyoyo.
There we go.
Are scanning.
Scan comes out. EG's aware.
They're going to try and go for this into the H's and G's, but EG, with the Moonlight, they're ready to move in.
They want to take the fight.
Let's see if they catch this feature with a good wraparound, though. They might not expect them to come in from the side.
They picked up the Satanic also for Poyoyo.
See if they can get the jump. CZ, he'll show himself. Quick little poke with the plasma field. Vici now, they're a little hesitant. They know they can't get the jump. They wanted to 11. He's watching for the clip there. See jump for Ramsey. Moving out to Poyoyo. Keeps on it going. Takes the ball. The ball goes down. Onto Poyoyo. Get the ball goes. Come on, up on 11. Still being patient. Up on the high ground. Waiting for the chance to jump. But quickly he's seen him special now. On 11 no longer having a blink on. But Ice is gone.
There you go.
Available for Ice. They're going to have to do this 4 versus 5. He bought back this. There's a dive from the Enchantress. On 11. Oh, he misses completely.
But they found Abed. They found one of the really important kills on the side there. PYW was able to get the chain disabled for Poyoyo to engage.
Yeah, I mean, again, another scenario where there's an RP miss, but I don't think Vici minds at all. They're going to a little bit down the bottom. No buyback on Abed or Ice. This is a long time without two of you caught. It's on the ground. He takes it out of the base. Can they do it again? Can they do it again here? Now just for the Sonic Wave pushing on. He back down to the low ground, but Arteezy's able to get out of there. Moonlight shadows up. Grip gives him the cover to escape from the rest of Vg Gaming.
They'll force the glyph. 70 seconds.
And they've got to keep Arteezy safe. His buyback, of course, also still on cooldown for 2.5 minutes.
They should be able to clean up this Rex.
Under attack.
See if they can get anything more.
Dyer's bottom
no,
has fallen.
Tough to swing all the way to tier 2 mid still up. So they will back up, look to clear out those lanes. Double catapults hitting on mid. Big hit from Vici.
Again, just, I mean, keeping the network so even. 21 and 29. Only, well, less than 1k in it.
It's a crazy game too. We talked about all these like initiations and the big wombo combo, and I feel like the 2 fights that Vici actually won, they did not have the wombo combo late at all. No.
That's how 11 is using as a sort of an extravagant taunt.
It was like both of them. The RP whip and the Wukong's command was just like this zoning mechanic, but then they just get one single disable on the Void Spirit, and they have damage.
I mean, that is pretty terrifying when you're losing the team fights and these spells are all over the place. Imagine when they land. That could be, you know, the end of this game too. This is Vg Gaming.
Radiant
on their way back into this money for the full Satanic. Ready on Ori if he wants to spend up. They are getting some big juicy items online now.
Everybody really is. Like even like DY. Look at DY's interest. He's just been like quietly farming throughout the majority of this game, as we mentioned, being that level 20 early on. He's got Solar Crest, his Vlads. He's very survivable. Also having that Witchbane is always going to be nice, this little Dispel. Whereas Kyle with like the Cleanse, it is actually called the Cleanse this time around. So. He's farming so much just because of his ancient creep too. Like he just keeps taking the Black Dragon, and it's a better dragon because it's got that enchant buff on it. He just push lanes by himself. He's pushing in.
What's the plan now here? Sit back for the next rush?
We gotta wait for buybacks, I think is the important thing, at least for EG. They've got 60 seconds and 600 gold for Void Spirit, about 1,000 away for Arteezy, also 30 seconds.
Dire's middle
They're
tower
a lot
is
more
under
dependent
attack.
since they did expend so many earlier. Vici though.
They're going to charge straight at EG down here. So you get the jump first. Smoke to smells on Ori. So the jump out from Arbed. Getting himself a good distance away from Vici Gaming. EG, they are fully aware that this move is motion from Vici Gaming. What do they want to do about it? He's going to show himself into the tree, then fly. They'll jump in onto the outer time, hitting the bottom, but able to dissimulate. Fly, he'll be able to get the ult out, but Fly 1-4, jump out from Ori straight into Arteezy. Poyo and Ori trying to focus down the race. The wall comes out right as a hold back. Poyo, second ball, it's going to be blocked by the Linkers of Ori. They've taken out Artor. Ice to manage to TP out in the trees. That's Arteezy dead. 2 minutes.
No buyback.
500 gold short.
And they still have RP. They can still look to hunt. Immediately pops, I believe, the ninja gear on old 11. Continuing to hunt.
He's still got the RP. He's ready for another catch. If he catches another call.
The way that they start the fight on Vici is really smart too. Like DY is just like, I'm just an enchantress at this point. All I need to do is give information to my team to stick onto these targets. If they get an even one disable on any of these corners we've seen over and over again, the EG heroes just die.
Yeah, these fights are looking harder and harder for
Dire's
Evil
middle
Geniuses.
tower has fallen.
Smoke up to set things up, but still 80 seconds. No carry up
Dire's
for EG
middle
is
tower is
Arteezy.
under attack.
They just have to sit back and watch.
And it's how do you actually deal with Ori now? You know, having the Lincolns, having that 18-second spell block that he picked up earlier from the 25, satanic tricks to cookies, so durable.
Tries to sell the ace now for Vg, just in the arrow connection. Into the system, they started their call. Ori, he's gone. Now over towards Poyo. Poyo goes down to BKB, turns over towards Arbed. It's going to hit BKB. They've got the Hanks as well. Arbed still managed to simulate out of action. So the buyback did come out from Ori here. I mean, it's maybe a bit of an early one. I don't know if he's going to be able to do too much with that still. Time where Arteezy's out of the game, but it is only 30 seconds or so now. And now Ori in a bit of a risky situation. They lose Ori now. EG might have the chance to push straight back. We'll see how safe Ori plays it.
Triple arrows online for crit. They just have, I think that's the biggest thing he just has to watch out for since the rolls are on cooldown.
He's in for the jump. He's gone. Buyback out immediately from Arbed, and now EG looking to push back in. 10 seconds until Arteezy's up. They're keeping the racks alive in the mid, EG. Old 11. He's ready for the jump with the RP though. If EG step anywhere close to the edge of their base.
Shadows take
Level
us.
25 as well on him. So longer RP, 4.75 seconds.
Nice.
The roar.
It's got the first start with it. Anything more to go here. Stop onto the beautiful play there. Into the air. Crit. And that is Poyo gone. Vici Gaming, they've got to get out of it. There is a buyback available on Poyo if he wants to keep the fight going on. Lemon is able to get up to the cliff and TP out. PYW, he's away, but DY caught up by the stop. EG, they're running down the Enchantress and taking out DY as well.
What a force.
Your ashes will fall like rain.
He walked in. I think he used it right at the start there when the arrow was coming in. Or it could have even been a teammate trying to save it.
I think it was either Fly or DY. I think it was one of the two.
It might have been. It's the triple arrows coming into play there for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
There's still time to win this.
And now
not a lot they
rush.
could do.
Refresh your shard and blessing on the rush. The most
Radiant
important
are
thing
scanning. An
for both
easy
sides.
shot.
Both cores not having
Dire's
buyback
middle
now
tower is
on
under
the side of
attack.
Vici. Ori as well as Poyo have it on cooldown.
Yeah, EG no.
Arteezy just gonna run
Time
his
to
face
be
there.
hard.
With nothingness.
On the high ground though, hard to push into this Magnus when the Blink RP is ready. But Vici Gaming, with the state of the buybacks, they're playing it very safe. Back towards the tower. Now they look to get in with off the back of their own smoke. They look for the long wrap around. They want to try and enter through EG's high ground. That's really BKB comes out from Poyo. He's got the Wukong's command now. BYB slips up to the side. Ahmed BKB short to where off front. Trying to get on fire. The RP's there, but the BKB's already out. Arteezy, so the skewer has no effect. Arteezy turns over towards Ori. It's a blink out. Balance is down the one. He's in front. He's got some safety here with the strength. The stop to set up. Arteezy trying to run, but Ori jumps in. The burst of
will be able to get himself away. They focus so much onto Poyoyo. Tons of buyback.
Well, EG, they're not done yet. Dissimulate over the side. They found the right. They're trying to play back to Arteezy, but there's nothing that this Enchantress can do. He's got to run.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
Let's stop the chase. The others just back up and then simulate. Takes down another.
Now Ori's done up.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
Still got the yours.
Where are you going?
Turn.
Oh dear.
Spear pop. They get the Stuart back up behind and the corner outside. No Beastmaster for this push. Touchdown, that might be enough. Along with Fly.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
PG from being able to punish
Dyer's
the fact
middle
that
tower
Poyoyo's dead
has
for a
fallen.
full minute.
Absolutely insane fight. Look how much damage, what, 28,000 damage from both sides. Everybody using like 50 different spells. Very nice.
My eyes closed.
EG. Now, since they do have that number advantage, are starting to work on that Roche Arteezy in the pit.
We'll see the start of this fight again.
They kited Poyoyo. They didn't really stand inside the Wukong almost at all, and it really was the buybacks that EG just had a bit more of that allowed them to take a bit more of an advantage in that at the end of it all.
Yeah, have that BKB off in time there, Arteezy.
He would have been dead otherwise. If he did let that skewer into the Wukong, he would have died even earlier.
Time to just draw out just a perfect read of when to get back in on top of Poyoyo. We're seeing Abed having some fantastic decisions when it comes to getting out of the fight and knowing when he can re-enter. He had that error earlier in the game where he made that play back into the full squad of Vg Gaming, but now the choices that he's making when it comes to playing these team fights are immaculate.
Just a constant reset. They just have some
has
allowing Abed to
Fatality.
get what, like I think he got like 4 or 5 to simulate stuns onto heroes, so it's like 10 seconds of stun that's coming out just from that ability. Starting to get more of these level 25s coming out.
What's he doing with the axe here, Abed?
He doesn't have one. Who do you even want to give it to, actually? Do you just give it a crit?
Crit?
You don't really have anybody else.
Yeah.
Like, Fly already has it. He's the most important one besides that, so.
Want me to sell it? You sell that one, right?
Sure. Probably more useful on a hero.
I'm sure it is. We'll see how greedy Abed is. So this move on to Lemon. Oh, he's found it! He found it easy!
They've got the Wukong right on top of him, too.
Got away from more, pushing back Flies. Flies might be able to get back over and help out. Jump forward and Martin. Refreshing the BKB. Trying to run. And they use the refresher check and the refresher on him. But he can't keep himself alive. He's out.
Yes!
2 minutes. No buyback for 5 minutes. A huge match there. It's Arteezy on his own with the Aegis and refresher shot. It doesn't matter.
Did he used everything, too. I think he used 3 BKs
Dyer's
and he
middle
tried to
barracks
use 2
are
or 3
under
flickers
attack.
to survive.
He pressed all the buttons. It wasn't enough.
He was
Dyer's
completely
middle
alone,
barracks.
and they did
Dyer's
do a
middle
good job.
barracks
Ori,
has
he
fallen.
jumped backline. He jumped onto Fly, made sure that Fly wasn't going to be able to do any type of disengage. Those
Dyer's
buybacks from earlier that
structures are
G had to
fortified.
use for the fight. Now hurting them. Why?
Maybe the
Dyer's top
maybe the
tower
Aghanim
is
is on.
fallen.
So pull up a little bit here, spamming those axes out.
Okay, did pass it over to him.
Dyer's top
He's just
barracks
stepping back
is
into
fallen.
the Abed moved on. He on this wall proc. He'll let's jump over to zoom out, dissimulate stuff and gets himself back out with the astral step. Jump forward.
Dyer's top barracks.
Onto the 2. The BKB was
now
already
left
up.
back.
Abed will live, but Crip will not. Ferrano is gone. Till 1 minute. Oh, Arteezy, Vg Gaming, they're ready for the next one. Abed. He's going to turn over.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack. Dyer's middle tower has fallen.
Will take this game too.
What a wild game.
VG
The buybacks just don't like this one, but VG, even though they didn't get the best connection some of the times with their huge wobble combo, at the end of it all, they just out-team fight EG in several different situations. EG just kept throwing